Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is ORBITALPOTATO, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. And if you've watched me before, you know that I have a serious addiction to factory building and automation games. And Vectorio is the genre-defining factory builder with a huge following. And if you're into automation games, you've probably heard of Vectorio. However, there's more to this genre than just building factories, and today I'm checking out 26 of the best upcoming automation games that you should be on the lookout for. And don't forget to stick around till the end for the bonus automation games that might have left early access but are still receiving updates and you should look at revisiting. Let's get cracking. Kicking off our list is Timberborn. This is a beaver management game, where you have to look after a colony of beavers. The game introduces a bunch of really interesting water management mechanics, as you have to manage your settlement over the dry months when the river doesn't flow. This means that all your automation is done with beaver preservation in mind. And it turns out that beavers are actually quite clever animals, as pretty soon they'll be automating food production, electricity generation, and advanced material production. Timberborn is in early access, has had regular development updates, and you can check this game out, as you can check out all of the games featured in this video, down in the description below. From automating beavers to automating a Soviet Republic, Workers and Resources Soviet Republic is probably the grandest scale and one of the most satisfying automation games that you can play today. At the start of the game, you start with a totally blank canvas and only a few dollars and rubles to your name. Out of that, you're tasked with building a fortified and insular economy. You must farm everything, build everything, mine everything, and transport everything for yourself. The game features dozens of brilliantly unique vehicles and buildings that you can use to automate your empire. Do you fancy focusing your energies on creating a nuclear industry at the expense of your population's happiness? Or perhaps you'd prefer to create a tourist trap on your border? You can do both, but you have to get the fundamentals right before you're at a dosh. I've played this game a whole bunch, and I'm really looking forward to shortly starting a brand new series, so hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to stay up to date when that drops. You can pick up Workers and Resources Soviet Republic down in the description below. It's still in early access, but for all intents and purposes, it's a completed game, yet more stuff is added every month. Brilliant! When I first started playing Captain of Industry, I never expected it to be as good as it was. It's thematically very similar to Factorio, but it's like you have robots from the get-go. It's all about processes, it's all about the automation. You have a fleet of trucks and excavators to help make your industrial dreams come true right from the very start. Making a big old factory that can feed your population is the name of the game here, but Captain of Industry has so many unique elements for a game like this, notably the map, which you have to explore with your ship, terrain modifications, digging mines, and flooding. This game has it all, and it is seriously good. It has just released into early access after a very active pre-development calendar, and I've been playing through it, card up in the right hand corner right now if you're interested. This game is excellent, and you have to check it out if you're interested in automation games. Facteroids really came out of nowhere. It's a game where you build a factory on, you guessed it, asteroids. It makes for a super unique three-dimensional playfield where you have to belt across all manner of minerals and surfaces. Like any good factory game, it has an abundance of recipes and processes that can get you going on your space asteroid. You can even, if you're able to advance up the tech tree far enough, bring humans to live on your asteroid, which is very, very, very cool indeed. I'm super excited to see where this game goes, and we'll be paying attention, very close attention, as it makes its way through early access. Sweet Transit is a unique city builder where the railway is king and trains are the sole means of transportation. Imagine Transport Fever, but if you stripped it down to just trains. The demo dropped as part of Steam's Next Fest, and the game has just recently released into early access, and there's still a lot to be done. But I suppose that is the point of early access. Automating deliveries, building industries, and expanding towns is the name of the game. This could very well be the next transport game to scratch that automation itch. I did a video on it recently, actually. Check it out, linked in the corner. This is definitely one to keep your eye on. If you're looking for a near-identical Factorio-like experience, then Dyson Sphere Program might just be the game for you on this list. If you've never heard of a Dyson Sphere, it's basically a big old ball around a star that captures all of its energy, and that is quite literally your mission in this game. build one. Or build many, actually, because you can build more than one. It's a real challenge, and you have to seriously build a huge multi-planetary factory before you can do it. Space travel, belt spaghetti, nuclear fusion. This game has everything that you could want in spades and more still. This is probably the most polished early access game you're going to find, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, it is a good one. I would highly recommend checking out Dyson Sphere Program. If you've ever played the fantastic shape-based factory builder, Shapes.io, not on this list by the way, as it's fully released, but it's a great game that you should absolutely check out. Factory Magnate looks to have a very, very similar vibe. It's touted as a casual factory builder, and it's actually the first game on this list that we don't have much information on. But judging by the art style and the complexity, this looks like a casual factory builder automation game to keep an eye on. We don't have much to go on for Automation Station. It's a hex-based factory builder with a super pleasing aesthetic. And as the name suggests, it's all about automation. Refining craft resources into machines to automate your harvesting, refining, and crafting. Unlock conveyor belts, take your automation to the next level. Yeah, this absolutely seems like one to watch. We're not sure of the release date yet, but we'll definitely be checking this one out when a demo drops or it releases into early access. Build a factory in an infinite simulated voxel world. Mine resources, craft machinery, and automate your research to progress. Face logistic challenges by planning and building a conveyor and pipe network. Manage a complex power system and expand your constantly growing production lines. This is Foundry, and this game looks to be a cross between No Man's Sky, Satisfactory, and Vectorio, what with the first-person building, the first-person playstyle, as well as the deeply complex production lines that the game claims to be able to set up. You can check this game out right now, actually, on itch.io, but the Steam release date is yet to be determined, but yet again, when it heads to Steam, we'll be checking this one out. Similar to Foundry, Techtonica is a first-person factory-building game set beneath the surface of an alien planet. Work alone or in co-op to build factories, gather resources, research new technologies, mold the destructible terrain, establish a base of operation, and uncover long-forgotten secrets. The release date into early access is cryptically listed as soon on the Steam website, so you'll have to subscribe so you can be kept up to date with when I give it a play on the channel. But the game looks brilliant in a world that you can really savor through your eyeballs. Certainly a unique setting for an alien automation game. MegaFactory Titan is a factory builder set on Saturn's moon. You guessed it, Titan. It's a complex automation game where you have to build up production lines, but also handle diplomacy with the other factions and companies that have landed on Titan at the same time as you. Buying land, refining resources, declaring war, it's all kosher on Titan. And you can check this game out right now on Steam. It is in early access, but the game at present is surprisingly polished. So here's hoping that there is updates for the future for years to come. InfraSpace is an automation game all about flow. It's a sci-fi city builder where the flow of resources goes through your city's transport infrastructure, primarily trucks and roads, and it's pretty unique at that. You have to build an extra solar efficiency utopia up from nothing. Start mining operations, plan production, and lay down transportation routes to ensure a smooth supply chain. It's kind of like if Cities Skylines had a baby with Factorio, because you're kind of managing a whole bunch of traffic at the same time as trying to manage a whole bunch of production lines. This game is brilliant. It's in early access presently, but the feel is very, very polished, and the developers are continuously updating the game with brand new content, so I would highly recommend checking out InfraSpace if you haven't already. Whilst the name of the game may rhyme with Factorio, the style and approach of Vectorio is totally different. Imagine an 80s neon aesthetic crossed with conveyor belts and waves of enemies. On the surface, Vectorio is super duper simple, but looks can be highly deceiving, and quite soon you'll be facing huge bosses in massive style ships, and you'll only have the factory that you have created behind you to fend them off. Interestingly, this game is actually free to play, so there is no reason at all not to pick it up and give it a whirl. But that being said, it looks like the developer will shortly be moving over to releasing Vectorio 2, rather than continue with updates to this one. So maybe it's safer to say to watch the Vectorio series rather than watch the Vectorio game, but certainly this one gets a hearty recommend from me. Railgrade is a management sim about using railways to transport resources and power industry on an off-world colony. Construct multi-level train networks, manage supply chains, and help restore industrial production in the wake of economic disaster. Railgrade is all about train and all about industry. I mean, that is literally, quite literally, the perfect combo for me. Not sure of the release date for this one, as it's been a little bit quiet, but it will be releasing at some point, and probably during autumn. So absolutely stay tuned for the release of that, where I'll absolutely be checking that one out. Dream Engine's Nomad Cities. Yeah, this is a strange one, an intensely strange game at that. It's a third-person survival city builder, admittedly with a whole bunch of automation elements, set in a spooky post-apocalyptic world with glowing creatures. Yeah, you have a city, you have your city, and you have your core, and any buildings that you build out with your city core gets left behind when you blast off, because that's right, you're building your city on a flying platform, and you can move to different places in the world. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. The game suffered from a bunch of pretty gnarly balance issues at the start when it was just released into early access, but they've been fixed now, and the game is still receiving regular updates. So keep your eye on this one if you want to check it out later down the line. How could any automation list about games to watch be complete without Satisfactory? Satisfactory is a first-person, open-world factory building game with a dash of exploration and combat. Build huge factories with complex systems and automated trucks and trains. Satisfactory has a super quirky playstyle, and you really have the opportunity to set your own pace and build whatever you want, as long as at the end of the day you're filling up that space elevator. Every time this game is updated, which is very regularly, it gets a major bunch of new stuff, and the game keeps on getting bigger and bigger and better, and it is truly a tremendous time and tremendous fun to play. So check out Satisfactory, also linked down in the description. Good Company is an in-depth management and automation game about building a trailblazing tech corporation. Assemble complex production lines, manage employee logistics, and sell high-quality products on the market to become the best company in the whole darned world. This game really lets you go granular in two really interesting areas: logistics and product design. That's right, you get to make your own tech products. It's very cool. Logistics are similarly complex, and they have been improved since the game released in early access. Now, depending on when this video goes up, this game may have released from early access, but at the time of writing, it hasn't, so I'm still including it on this list. Whatever the case, if you're into management sims that feature automation very heavily, give this one a glance. From the intense corporate environment to a cyberpunk dystopia, Cyberfactories is an automation and base building game set in a cyberpunk universe. You lead a small colony of human remnants. You need to help them survive, expand, and gather enough resources to leave Earth for their new home planet. Pollution mechanics and body modifications, what more could you really ask for? Whilst the game is currently just in an alpha demo presently, and there's clearly more work to be done, this looks set to be an interesting game once completed, so perhaps keep an eye on it. In a future not too far away, humans are finally able to harvest food on alien planets. Embark on a new journey with your team of robots called Bebop 179, build and manage a hydroponic farm, grow delicious plants, and survive the mysterious challenges of outer space. Robo Plant combines base building elements with the automation of robots to survive on a barren world by growing your favorite vegetables. Looks neat, right? The game is set to release in Q1 of 2023, but we might see a demo before then, so keep your eyes peeled. If you've ever wished that factory building games in general featured more potions, well, this could be the game for you. In Potion Pipeline, you build huge factories to harvest magical resources and produce potions. Design complex production lines from simple parts to transform ingredients using a deep alchemy system. Ramp up production to fulfill guild orders, unlock new machines, and create even more powerful potions. The game looks to have a simple art style, but a huge number of potions to combine and manipulate. It genuinely looks like a very, very cool concept, and one that I'll absolutely be checking out when it releases. No date yet, but you can bet I'll be keeping an eye on this one. In Factoropy, there's a war on, and your job is to supply the war effort with all the equipment that it needs. Gather resources, construct a factory, and launch shipments to fulfill all the supply goals. If the enemy comes poking around, shoot him out of the sky. The game claims to have embodied the best tropes of automation games, and the name of the game is confusingly a combination between factory and entropy. I don't understand it either, but entropy is the measure of disorder in a system, and conveyor belts are hard to improve on. So I guess we'll see about this one. It's coming sometime this year. Will it be great? Will it be terrible? We don't know, so stay tuned to find out. Crops and Conveyors. What a simple name that looks to do pretty much everything it says on the tin. You play as a farmhand for the Lola Mart supermarket chain, and your job is to farm your allotted piece of land and use its abundant natural resources to produce and ship various goods to the company's store. Build automated production lines to raise plants, trees, cows, chickens, bees, and fish. Unlock new technology by shipping the required items to complete quests, and expand your farm by spending your Lola credits to acquire more farmland and resources. Very, very cool indeed. Crops and Conveyors is set to release at some point later this year, and I cannot wait to check it out. In Nova Islands, your task is to build a new home on this distant planet using all sorts of resources like wood and rocks and rare unknown minerals. Each new building unlock opens new possibilities. Start small and discover how they can work more efficiently and make your life easier. A big part of this game is about transforming the work hard into work smart. So you start by crafting everything by hand, and as you unlock more and more levels of automation, you can level up your crafting. Sounds pretty cool. There is actually a demo available right now that you can check out over on Steam to get a flavor of the game. No sign of the release date yet, but I'll keep you posted. So this is a bit of a hardcore automation game, so to speak. In Craftomation, you land on a frozen planet in a tiny rocket with a robot inside. Harvest and combine materials to discover new ones, and use visual programming to make the robot do the tiresome work for you. Slowly build a gang of self-sustaining robot workers and watch them terraform the planet. This might absolutely not be for everyone, due to its slightly higher bar of entry. But if you wanted a smooth introduction to programming, then this might be for you. Plus, the robots and the game looks pretty freaking fantastic, if you ask me. You can check the demo out right now for free to see if this game is something that you would be interested in. And you can check out the full game, which is going to be dropping later this year. Potion Tycoon is a management simulator with a witchy twist. Build and develop your very own magic shop, manage resources, set up production lines, mix potions, and sell them wisely to stay ahead of the competition. Welcome to the potion business. And this, funnily enough, is the second potion crafting making game on the list. I don't know why, but there must be something in the water. Interestingly enough, Potion Tycoon looks to be a little bit more customer facing, as you have to hawk your wares to the witches and the wizards of the world. And automation is done through your very willing and, I'm sure, professional goblin army. No release date yet, but this one is another one to follow closely. And moving to the final game on the list, it's Astro Colony, which is one of those games that looks incredibly freaking ambitious. Imagine space engineers, but kind of more of everything. Explore endless universe and create the most efficient constellation of colonies. Build conveyor systems to automate production, take care of astronauts and their needs, and establish new colonies as part of an intergalactic simulation. With a substantial research tree, black holes, and conveyor belts, this looks to be a near-perfect game to complement your Steam library. It's basically Satisfactory crossed with space engineers in space. Is it more of that? Yes, probably, but you'll have to check out the demo to see if it is your style. So thanks for watching this little video all about the upcoming automation games that you can check out right now and the ones to look forward to. I did say that there was going to be some other brilliant genre-defining bonus automation games to check out, and absolutely that's coming up. But I just wanted to say, if you have anything that I've missed, if you have any games that you think look really, really good that I have neglected to include on the list, please do let me know in the comments, because if there are enough suggestions, I will absolutely consider doing a part 2. Now, on to the bonus games. Factorio, of course, is just about, I think, probably my favorite game of all time, and if you had yet to play Factorio and you're into automation games, man, oh man, you simply have to. You simply have to. Your bang for the buck, the hours of endless fun that you will get from this game is phenomenal. And it is such a great, great game with a whole bunch of mods that you can add for absolutely nothing. Now, the interesting thing about Factorio, and the reason why it is on my bonus list, is that there is due to be some DLC releasing at some point in the future. We don't know when, we don't know what's going to be in the DLC, we only have the vaguest of vague outlines from a couple of blog posts, but man, it is going to be brilliant, and I am super, super excited. I mean, it takes an absolute age, or it took an absolute age for Factorio to even be made. It was in early access for years and years and years, so I suspect the DLC will have a similar level of quality and commitment to a finished product. Very much still actively looking forward to some new Factorio content. Transport Fever. That's right, Transport Fever is still alive and kicking and still receiving a whole bunch of updates. I mean, it is, at this moment in time, probably the definitive transport tycoon game, and it's wonderful how you're able to just set everything to go and just watch this transport empire that you have created just work in front of your eyes. You know, buses, trucks, trains, planes. It's got everything. It's got industry, it's got passengers, it's just brilliant. And it's gorgeous, and it works very, very well. And the game is still receiving updates, which is phenomenal. Transport Fever 2 is absolutely excellent, and I would thoroughly encourage that you check it out, because it is still going strong, and it's still an absolutely fantastic game. Mindustry, or Mindustry, is an open-ended tower defense game with a focus on resource management. You create massively long belts, you create complex systems in order to feed the hungry turrets that will defend your empire from waves and waves and waves of enemies. It is a really, really, really good game, and still receiving regular updates almost 2 years after its, in fact, almost 3 years after its release. It's just really, really good, and it costs almost nothing in comparison to most of the games on the list, so I would thoroughly recommend you check out Mindustry. I really don't know how to say it, if you're interested in automation games. It has an overwhelmingly positive set of reviews on Steam, and you can understand why. In Factory Town, you have to build, automate, and optimize a giant factory on 3D terrain using conveyor belts, trains, chutes, pipes, and airships. Sell your goods to nearby villages and expand their borders, increase happiness, and unlock even better technology. Factory Town is a game truly about optimization. It absolutely, at its heart, is about optimization. You can get through the game scraping by, or you can optimize a near perfect automatic empire. And doing so is very, very challenging indeed. There are so many options for things to produce, ways to get your resources around the map, and there's even a little sprinkling of magic in the late game as well. It is a fantastic, fantastic title, and I would thoroughly recommend, if you like 3D automation games, give Factory Town a go, because I can tell you right now, you will not regret it. Hydroneer is a mining and base building sandbox game. Dig for gold and other resources to turn a profit and enhance your mining operation. Build a base of operations, forge weapons, go fishing, and dig deep. That's what you need to do in Hydroneer, and I can tell you, the thing about Hydroneer is that automation is the goal. You literally start off shoveling buckets of dirt into a pan and hoping that you get useful resources when you wash the minerals out of the dirt in the river. What you need to do is you need to upgrade your mining operation, and you need to automate things. It's as simple as that. More automation equals more money, more resources that you can sell. It's a very, very good game. And it's constantly receiving updates. The developer is very, very committed. The 2.0 version It just dropped, and it's pretty darn great. I'm really looking forward to checking this title out again at some point in the near future, but this is a good one, and I would thoroughly recommend it. Thanks again for watching this video, updating you on all of the upcoming automation games that you should check out. If you want to help make videos like this possible and see this type of video a few days early, then check out Patreon, patreon.com/ORBITALPOTATO, where you can help make videos like this possible and get a whole bunch of bonus content as well. Also, if you're still interested in watching the sort of stuff that I make, then check out the Twitch stream as well, where I play a bunch of strategy games, automation games, other types of strategy games as well, over at twitch.tv/ORBITALPOTATO. And finally, check out the two videos that are on screen right now. One is the original video of the latest series of the Captain of Industry game, the brand new early access update, which I've thoroughly enjoyed playing, and the other is YouTube's suggestion to you of an interesting video to watch. So check them out, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.